If you've never tried pottery before, it's easy to think it looks simple. You watch someone sit at a wheel, place a lump of clay in the center, and within a few minutes, a beautiful bowl or mug appears. Their hands move so effortlessly that it almost seems natural, as if anyone could do it with a little practice. Then you sit down at the wheel yourself. Suddenly, the clay refuses to cooperate. It wobbles instead of centering. The walls become uneven. The cylinder leans to one side. And just when you think you are getting somewhere, the entire piece collapses into a spinning lump of clay. That's the moment most people realize something important. Pottery is much harder than it looks. The reason is simple. Pottery isn't just one skill, it's a dozen of skills working together at the same time. Before you can even shape a pot, you have to prepare the clay properly, then you have to center it. One of the most challenging parts of wheel throwing, while the wheel is spinning, your hands must apply just the right amount of pressure. Too much, the wall becomes too thin; too little, and the clay refuses to move. Every movement matters, and the clay responds instantly. What makes pottery especially challenging is that there is no shortcuts. You can't rush centering, you can't force the clay into shape, you can't skip the hours of practice needed for your hands to develop the sensitivity the craft demands. Unlike many hobbies, pottery rewards patience far more than speed. And even when you've successfully thrown a beautiful pot, the work isn't over. The piece must dry at the right pace. It needs trimming, glazing, and firing in a kiln. At every stage, something can go wrong. A crack may appear during drying. A glaze may behave differently than expected. The kiln may reveal surprises that no one could have ever predicted. Perhaps the greatest challenge, however, isn't technical at all. It's learning how to deal with failure. Every potter has watched a favorite piece collapse. Every potter has opened a kiln to find cracked or broken works. Every potter has recycled clay after spending an hour on a piece that simply wasn't right. But that's also what makes pottery so rewarding. Every mistake teaches your hands something new. Every failed pot builds the experience needed for the next successful one. Progress happens slowly, almost invincibly, until one day you realize you are making things that once seemed impossible. Maybe that's why pottery earns so much respect. Not because it's difficult for the sake of being difficult, because it asks something rare of us. It asks for patience in a world that values speed. It asks for persistence when things fall apart. And it reminds us that the most meaningful skills are often the ones that take the longest to learn. Because in pottery, the beauty you see on the shelf is only the final chapter. The real story is written in every wobble, every collapse, every recycled lump of clay, and every time the potter chooses to sit back at the wheel and begin again.